But let me see. It's not working in other classrooms. So we can do it in addition to that. It's not working. It's not working in other classrooms. We have to do another. We can do it on that iPad or just. I think we should just. But they're not going to see it. They have to see it. I can send out a link right now. They're going to be. Yeah, I'm sending a link. Let me send this. This like facing this way. I know.
Am I going to do that and show the veterans?
It's not working. It's not working. Trust me, it's not working. It's going to work for the things. If you need to put just for now.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning. Not had enough coffee, obviously. Families, we appreciate you're here. If you're standing on the side, we would really appreciate if you would go find a seat in the back on one of the rows, so we have clear aisles. We would appreciate that. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. We're excited to celebrate with you. Thank you.
You do?
Good morning and happy Veterans Day. Thank you everyone for being here today for our first performance back from COVID. I just want to welcome all the veterans here in attendance today and let's give a round of applause for their service. I'd like to thank all of these third graders that Ms. Tims and I have been working with. They have been fantastic and we cannot wait to share with you their work today. We'd like to give a round of applause to all of the third grade teachers. And all their family members who are helping them rehearse and practice their songs and speaking parts at home. Finally, I'd like to thank the custodial staff, Jose, Maria, and Oscar, for helping set up the auditorium. The Boys and Girl Scouts for being here to present the flags. And our amazing administrative team, Mr. Basham and Mrs. Strong. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Independence Elementary third grade Veterans Day program. Today we are proud to join together to celebrate this special day which honors all the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. We honor all the guests who have served in times of peace and war. They each took an oath to uphold and protect the United States and the freedom we all share. They help America stay strong and they make us proud. Today, I pay tribute to them and thank them and their families for their service and sacrifice. Let us begin our celebration by paying tribute to our great country and to our flag. Please stand for the presentation of our country's flag by the Boys and Girls Scouts. Post the colors. Color guard dismiss. Kindly join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. Please join us in singing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets Francis Scott Key wrote the words to the Star-Spangled Banner on September 14th, 1814, during the War of 1812, when the Americans were defending nearby Fort McHenry, which guarded the entrance to the Baltimore Harbor. When he wrote our national anthem 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Those words are as true today as they were then. Throughout this nation's history, America's veterans have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid the friends and allies of the United States, and to turn back aggressors. Today and every day, we are thankful to live in a nation in which we have the rights and freedom, thanks to those who have worked hard to protect our freedom. Please welcome students from the third grade class as they recite the poem Veterans Day by Cheryl Tyson. On Veterans Day, we honor all who answer to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom brave and bold. Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride. We are proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of red, white, and blue. They fought for us and all our rights. They fought for many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same. Veterans Day is a very important holiday in our country, for it honors all of those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces in times of war. President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed the first Veterans Day on November 11th, 1919. It was originally called Armistice Day. Every year on November 11th, we honor all the brave men and women who have fought for freedom around the world. The veterans visiting us today have a deep and sincere respect and love for our country. We are so proud. We are truly honored that they have chosen to be with us today. We are so proud to be Americans, and we are proud of our veterans. What is a veteran? The dictionary says a veteran is someone who has been a member of the armed forces. I wonder how many armed forces there are. In music classes, there are sung about 5 different branches of the armed forces. Well, what are they? They are the Would all veterans in attendance today please stand when we hear branches the armed forces medley? Veterans are all around us. They are family members, our neighbors, and our friends. Did you know Elvis Presley served 2 years in Europe with the U.S. Army?
And Dr. Seuss was also in the army during World War II.
Throughout our history, many veterans have died fighting for our country. And it is because of their sacrifice that we live in a free and peaceful country. We thank those who fought to keep our country the land of the free and home of the brave. Please welcome Mr. Pignon from the Navy.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mavericks. This is a great honor for me to be here, especially given the involvement that we've had, that I, me and my family have had here in Independence Elementary. For those of you that don't know, I am Lieutenant Commander Pignon, here in the United States Navy. And some of you may know me as Watchdog Pignon, but most importantly, you will know me as Mateo's father, who is a fourth grader here at Independence Elementary. What I do in the Navy, and this is very difficult because when I was asked by Mr. Weir to come up here and speak to you all, is the audience. Obviously, we have elementary schools kids here, so I kept it down to a level where they can comprehend and understand, and if they have questions, they can always feel free to ask a lot of questions. Which, you know, they're young minds, they have a lot of questions, so they go right there. So what I do in the Navy, I'm considered a civil engineering corps officer, but you may know me better as a CB. So what we do is we build facilities for our service members all across the world. So most importantly, I know my counterparts in the Marine Corps, they definitely appreciate when the CBs are around because we definitely make life a lot easier for them, you know, because we're usually assigned directly with that. But that does not constitute that we don't help the other services whatsoever. So the question came up as to what is a veteran? So that is a very difficult question to answer because everybody in this room who is a veteran has a different story and a different perspective as to what makes a veteran. They each have individual stories in which they will tell you the good times and the bad times, but most importantly, they will tell you that during their time of service, they definitely felt appreciated. They felt a sense of pride. It was a selfless service, as the core values within the Army has leadership, and as there in the acronym there is selfless service. Given my experiences in the Navy, I've been in for 14 years. I'm currently a reservist, but during that time, I was activated about 10 years ago and served in Afghanistan. I mentioned that because part of being in the military and being a service member is being away from home for significant periods of time. That is a huge sacrifice that is made not just by the service member, but also their families themselves. Being away from your kids, your wife, your significant other, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, all family members. It makes it difficult, whether in peacetime or in war. It is a sacrifice that each service member makes while putting on the uniform. All our sailors, all our Marines, all our airmen, our Coast Guard service members, and our sailors definitely have made the sacrifice of that time commitment of being away and doing something that is beyond what is normally done in a day-to-day life. Being in the military is definitely a sacrifice, but a good sacrifice of serving your country, protecting all of you. So you wake up in the morning and the only worry you have to do is what I'm gonna have for breakfast, what I'm gonna wear for school, and oh my goodness, I have to go to school. There is so many stories that I want all of you Mavericks, ask your family members, ask your dad, ask your mom, ask your grandfather, your grandmother, anybody that you know in your family. Ask them what they did. If you know they served, ask them what they did. You want to know. Ask them what it means to them to be a veteran. And you will be surprised that you will get many, many stories from each and every one of them. And what the big takeaway that you can have from those conversations with your family members is you'll learn a little bit more about them and you understand how and why you are the way you are. You are all unique. You all have great minds. And knowing what your family members do is part of your family history. Learn that history. Being a veteran has a lot of stories attributed to that. So I go back to the question of what is a veteran? Well, to me, being a veteran is serving all of you. And I can speak with my brothers and sisters who have served as well, that it is not about me, it is about you. We serve because it is a commitment and it's something that we are appreciative of everything that it provides us. Waking up in the morning, being safe, not having to worry about being in harm's way here in the United States. We are one of the great militaries of the world. We provide that freedom and those liberties granted to every single one of you. So if you see a veteran, thank them, not just today, but every day. Because they are a veteran 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's just not one day. Thank them for their service. And like some of you that already raised your hand, ask them questions. They'll be more than happy to respond and give you stories. Age appropriate stories, but they will give you stories. In conclusion, I just want to thank every single one of you service members, veterans. Thank you for being here, given that this is the first time we've been, in a couple of years. So it's definitely, it's a heartwarming feeling seeing everybody here once again. Everybody standing shoulder to shoulder together as we salute and honor our veterans that we have here in this room itself. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
As we reflect on the number of veterans that have made such an impact on our life, we will always be grateful for the freedom we have in every region, state, and as a country. We will always think of our veterans as true American heroes.
Why do we celebrate Veterans Day? To honor and celebrate the incredible men and women who gave so much in order to keep our country safe.
To let our veterans know that we see you and remember the sacrifices you have made.
Thank you, veterans, for all you have done to serve and protect our country.
As you leave our school today, please don't forget to make a veteran.
We are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. We are thankful, grateful, positively thankful for the USA. We are thankful as can be for our land of liberty. We are thankful it is true. We love our red, white, oh, we are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positively thankful for the USA. We are thankful, we know why. We live where the eagles fly. We are thankful, we are here. Everybody give us yeah! Oh, we are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positive, thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positive, thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful for the USA.
Thank you so much for being here today. If you're a veteran, please go to the library for the reception, breakfast reception, and happy Veterans Day. Oh, one message from Mr.
First of all, can I get one more round of applause for our third graders? And Mr. Weaver, this is your second year. Ms. Sims, this is your third year? Third year, really? So, not a lot of practice, but what an incredible performance for our veterans. Can we get a round of applause for Mr. Weaver? And then real quick, just one more standing ovation for our veterans. Stand up and thank them. Thank you very much. And as Mr. Weaver said, our fantastic PTA would like to invite all of their veterans and their families down to the library for just a quick breakfast and another thank you. And just real quick, I want to honor somebody who's in the crowd. Ms. Taylor, will you stand up? Ms. Taylor has not only served our country, but she continues to serve our community as an ESL specialist. And I just wanted to tell you thank you. Not that you're any better than anybody else in here, but wow, like just your lifetime dedicated to serving our country. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. My next advance, if you could come escort our veterans down to the library and then come back and help clean up our cafeteria. Parents, as soon as our veterans have left, we'll let y'all leave. And then secretary teachers, if y'all don't mind going up the back door, and y'all want to head out. Thank you, guys.